Hello, good people. Welcome back to Global Happenings today. Some days ago, Edwin Clark, who is an elder statesman in the among the Jaw people and also the South, opened up on some of the things he feel that is not okay, especially the issue of zoning and rotational presidency. And he said that in event of the Northerners refusing to allow power to come to the Southeast, then we should get ready for chaos. But right now, another elder statesman, but this time around from the northern part of Nigeria, have lambasted him. Let's look at his standpoint and why he is lambasting him. But before we give you full details of that, I would like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you get notification anytime we publish our videos. An elder statesman, Alhaji Tanko Yakassi, on Thursday cautioned a fellow elder statesman, Chief Edwin Clark, against issuing threats when contributing to national discourse. Yakassi, who is in his late 90s, cautioned Clark in a statement titled "An Appeal to the Elderly Nigerians for Constructive Engagement in National Discourse" and made available to Punch in Kano. He said, "I wish to comment on a statement credited to my good friend Chief E.K. Clark and published in the media concerning the part of the country that should produce our president in the coming presidential election in 2023. My comment is predicated on the interview granted by one of my old friends, Chief Edwin Clark. The part of the statement that incur my displeasure is where Chief Clark issued a veiled threat on the issue of unity and peaceful coexistence affecting different communities living together in our country. According to the statement, Yakassi, who was a former senior advisor on National Assembly matters to ex-President Shehu Shagari, observed that in most of Clark's comments on important national discourse, the elder statesman issues some kind of threat about the unity and peace in our country. Yakassi said Chief Clark is not the only elder statesman that issues such threat on unity and peaceful coexistence in our country. There is another elder statesman who is also a friend of mine and who is fond of resorting to threat when discussing national issues. I think at our age, we should avoid resorting to threats whenever we are discussing national issues. What is expected of people at our age is to provide leadership by way of offering advice and correcting any mistake we discover made by younger Nigerians in the course of national discourse. Threats are not expected from senior citizens in our country, in any country. What is expected of is the senior citizen is leadership. I'll take that again. He said threats are not expected from senior citizens in our country. What is expected of the senior citizen is leadership, moderation, and guidance. At the age of more than 100 years of existing as a united country, what Nigeria needs from the elder statesman, I'll take that again, sorry. He said, at the age of more than 100 years of existing as a united country, what Nigeria needs from the elders is maturity in any discussion so that those of us with advancement in age would be moderation and exemplary leadership to the younger generation. Threats, Yakassi emphasized, doesn't fall into the category expected of people who are on their way to celebrating their centenary. He therefore appealed to fellow elderly colleagues to please watch their language when contributing in an important national discourse, stressing that will make their contribution more positive in moving our nation forward than disuniting it. And this particular statement by Yakassi has also triggered responses from Nigerians, and we're going to be looking at that in a jiffy. This one says, Pa Edwin Clark is in order. is a call for equity and fairness to avoid what everyone fears, which is disintegration. Yoruba people betrayed southern Nigeria on two occasions for their lust and greed for power, 2015 and 2023. Power returns back to North in 2023. Another person says, in the interest of unity, fairness, equity, and justice, the Igbos should be allowed to produce the next president come 2023. In case you forgot, my name is Benga. Okay. Another person here says, the North rule for 8 years, Obasanjo 8 years. So it's the turn of the Southeast. In all fairness, I wouldn't support another Southwest presidency because I am Yoruba. The time of Southeast to produce the next president is now. Another person here says, he say, now so they think they pain you. Suddenly, ye all want to become president of a zoo, Abi. Nah, we haven't forgotten those insults yet. 2023 is a long ride for ye boss. This one say, see hyena that thinks itself a lion. Igbo people are giving ultimatum. If them born any Afonja, well, give yours. When this regime began, Osibanjo was shouting power to Southwest in 2023. Why is he now deaf and dumb? Fashola also shouted, why is he quiet now? Tinubu has already Jagba and Afonja Dundee like you can't even use your bigger brain to decode the tangent of events. That's a little bit insulting. This one say can. This one here says this issue is a critical one and must be treated like that. Now, one of the things I would like to say here is that it wasn't a threat that Pa Edwin Clark gave. For those of us who read everything he said, it wasn't a threat he gave. All what he was trying to say was to let us understand the standpoint of the Southeast and what will happen, the fears the Nigerians are nursing in their hearts if they refuse to give power back or refuse to give Southeast an opportunity to lead the country. He wasn't threatening, it was a very normal word, something like saying, this is what we have to preempt if we continue like this and we refuse the Southeasterners to lead. So for me, what Yakassi is saying, for me, is out of point, and I feel that being who they are, they shouldn't be calling out themselves. If you say he's a good friend of yours, why not pick up a phone call? Pick up a call and pick up a phone, call him and let him understand so that he can explain better his standpoint in respect to what he said than to just, begin to lambast him in front of younger generation. It makes no sense. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I feel that Yakassi would have gone a little bit farther by calling him and letting him explain why he had decided to say what he said. You understand? But however, I feel that at this point, there is no need to hide anything. Old age comes with wisdom, and old age also comes with a lot of transparency. So I think this guy was trying to be very transparent, letting them understand exactly what is happening. You understand? And I like to leave it there. I don't want to say something more than that. But just go to a comment section. This for me is a clash between two elder statesmen. Do you think that the perspective Yakassi is coming from is far better than that of Pa Edwin? Let's interact in that.